Good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes.
Is there anybody out there that wants to roll? And is there anybody out there that wants to boogie? Tonight, live from the Apollo, Glasgow.
Well, if you're looking for trouble, I'm the man to see. If you're looking for satisfaction, the satisfaction guaranteed. I'm as cool as a body on ice, hotter than the rolling dice. Send you to heaven, I'll take you to hell. I ain't fooling, can't you tell? I'm a live wire.
Good evening, and
Good
welcome to
evening.
Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott McCarter.
And me, Andy Muir.
Oh, you got right into the camera there, mate. You're
Yeah.
getting quite beardy, actually. You're getting quite beardy. Anyway, welcome to the show.
Well-
What's been happening? Have you decided to go ZZ Top on us or something?
Tom Russell, mate. Going Tom
Aye.
Russell on you.
You've been inspired.
Yeah. Squeezing it out.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us again, folks, for more music, madness, mayhem, craziness, lack of memories, the usual stuff. This week should be quite interesting for you all, I hope. We've got a guest this week, maybe more than one. I think it's one, might be two, Andy. I'm not entirely sure. Ronnie, if you're there, maybe text me. But we're going to be showing Ronnie's Harmony Row song. If you've not seen it before, it's great. And I've done an official video this week, so
Ronnie
we're
who?
launching it. Crossley, sorry, Ronnie Crossley, sorry. I'm getting too
Ronnie Costley.
personal. Yeah,
Ronnie Costley, yes.
yes. Costley. So Ronnie's coming on. We've also got quite a big announcement, which is quite nice for something for you all to do on Sunday, which I don't even think Andy knows about unless he's read his emails, which means he doesn't know about it. And for the first
Oh,
time,
yes, I have.
have you seen it? Yeah. For the first time, we've got music from a single gig. It's a support band and the headliner. And I bet some of you smarty pants can guess what it is already. But it's, yeah. So we're having both. So I'm quite looking forward to that. And we shall let the debate commence. So how you doing, mate? Have you had a good week?
I've been having a fine week.
You've been out drinking
Well,
again,
fine.
yeah?
No,
Been
I
out
haven't
drinking?
been
Well, you've been
Mm.
drinking kombucha.
Kombucha. and
Kombucha.
drinking
Kombucha. I'm on that as well tonight, look. See that, like? Inspired
We are
by
not-
fish.
You're not sponsored by them.
No, we're not sponsored by them.
No.
Now, just before,
No.
if you're new to the show, please put your name and where you are in the world into the comments. It'd be great. If you're coming in via the Facebook group and you're new, we have a little thing you have to do now. It's at the top of the page as an announcement, which you can have a look. But here it is here. If you just click on this little thing, click, and you're in. And when you put something in the comments, we can see your name. So that'd be great. So if you're new, let us know where you are in the world and what's your name. So that'd be lovely. Let's just see who's all here, mate. Oh my goodness. Oh Christ. Right. There's a good start. The Bloody Apollo. That might be quite a good T-shirt, James. What do you reckon?
Fish
we've
day
got-
Apollo, man. That's what
Yeah,
it
we've
is.
got Derek McCattle. Derek's back again to give us his wisdom. I have to say, Derek, your stuff this week's been amazing on the socials. Absolutely brilliant.
Has been.
Bon Scott, Captain Birdseye and Douse. There could be a nickname. Andy.
Come on.
Good evening, Tommy. Got Ricky Price. Hi, welcome. Nice to see you. We've got, who else have we got in here? Cheryl, hello. How are you doing? Nice to see you again. We've got a Facebook user. Hello, Facebook user. Nice to see you.
That's me.
Was that you? You're a naughty boy. You're a naughty boy. And we've got Raymond Sullivan. Raymond, how's the gin? Good to see you. We've got Ian. Hi, Ian. How you doing? And that'll do for now, I think. That'll do for now. So, will we just jump in? Because there's quite a lot to get through tonight, mate. So,
Sure, mate.
Are you sure now? Are you sure?
What's next?
I think. Well, it's your bit. It's your bit, mate. Your bit. That's the wrong slide. That's the wrong slide. It's this. It's not got off to a good start. Maybe I should have had a drink.
That's working well.
Right. Who played this week? It's quite a good week, actually. Here we go, folks.
We're going to put the slide up or just leave it like that?
There, it's there.
There we go. There. It wasn't there. All right. Okay. Bee Gees.
Never heard of them. 53 years ago.
53 years ago. Is this my bit or your bit?
Your bit.
Right. Thank you.
I was just looking. I did say mayhem at the beginning, didn't I?
What missed memories? I think we did. Bee Gees and Dave D. Dozy Behemoth can ditch and supported by Grapefruit. Never heard of Grapefruit. Apparently one of our viewer, Derek, there he is. Not Derek, James McAvity has has said he likes Grapefruit. Yaldo, I guess that's a term of.
Is that a term of endearment?
I think it's a term of beauty. Yeah.
Oh, right, I see.
We've been out of Scotland too long, mate. We don't know.
We have, mate. Yeah, it's been a quarter of a century for me.
Yeah. Mott the Hoople, Hackensack, and Max Wall. I was asking on the socials the other day if Max Wall would have gone down well, but apparently he did. And right. At Ian Hunter's intervention, the people decided to have a listen and thought he was not bad. Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band. You know, I was so slack in my preparation that I went, I'm going to listen to some of that stuff. No, did not.
Challenge.
Ella Fitzgerald. I read a wee story about that. That was quite nice. There was a wee story about that. One of the fans who'd seen her the year before in Glasgow went over to Edinburgh because she wasn't playing in Glasgow that year, and presented her with some flowers, and she gave him a wee mention and brought him up on stage in Edinburgh.
Really?
And yeah,
it's nice.
It was really nice. And Glenn Campbell, he, you know, when you think you hear, like I think I said this last week, when you've got a sort of, you push back on anything that when you're a kid, you push back on stuff that you don't know. I was listening to Glenn Campbell a wee while ago. I was thinking, he's good. He's very good. Good guitarist, good singer.
Yeah, he was a good guitarist.
Brilliant. And he died quite recently, in the last couple of years, I think. He had pretty bad dementia.
What was his sort of hit? He had more than one.
He's a big hit with Lineman of the County.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, which is, I think it was a big hit. It's the only one I really know of his. Really good. This gig here, I've seen a lot of posters for it because it's quite a funky poster.
Yeah.
Television and the Only Ones. I had listened to Television last night. Not my cup of tea, but I'm pretty sure. Well, a lot of people on the comments saying it was really good. It was a good gig. I did not listen to the Only Ones. Sorry, Only Ones fans and the Only Ones band. If you're watching, I know you're watching, but you know, Chris Christopherson and Rita Coolidge. Now, you know when you wake up sometimes and you go, oh, you think, oh, you've got a thought in your head.
Yeah.
Is Rita Coolidge an actor's mum?
Oh man, I'll have a wee look while you're talking.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Carol Perkins and Bo Diddley. I saw Derek McAdam put up a great poster that for advertising that gig. That would have been some gig. Carol Perkins and Bo Diddley.
Aye, too right.
yeah, you know.
I
when
don't know
you're a
how.
kid,
I mean, that's one I hadn't. I know it's been on the website, but I never really. My eye had never been caught on it, mate, for some reason. So I don't
yeah,
know.
you sometimes just skim over stuff because you've seen it so
Aye,
many times.
yeah.
Yeah. Thin Lizzy did 2 nights that week with the Vipers as support. I listened to this gig the other day. Brilliant. It was really
As usual.
good.
Yeah.
They played a version of Whiskey in the Jar at the end, where they just play the first verse and then they just sort of dissolve into I'm a Rocker, because I don't think they really knew Whiskey in the Jar. Well, the two guitarists didn't really know Whiskey
Yes.
in the Jar, and they probably were maybe a wee bit sick of playing it.
Aye.
But good song, really good song. I mean, it made them. That was their
Yeah.
song. Sammy Hagar and Riot. Haven't heard this gig or Riot, but I've heard the preceding gig. Yeah, the preceding gig, which was on Radio Clyde, which I'm pretty sure that Sammy Hagar would have done a great show.
Oh,
Because
he's a superstar, isn't he?
when I heard that, not this gig, but the one after it, I heard that on Radio Clyde. I was like, whoa, how does the drummer play Whole Lot of Love? That's what I was thinking. How can he do that? The Osmonds, probably on the descent there with their in 1980, but I'm pretty sure they would have put on a great show. You know, I don't know if Donnie, Marie, and Jimmy were there, but probably the rest of them were there. Joan Armatrading would have been good. One of our first contributors to our website. She's very nice to us, sending us a wee note. Leo Sayre, I think Leo Sayre sent us a wee note too.
He did indeed. Yeah.
That would have been a good gig, although not at the height of his powers in 1983. Probably just coming down the charts a wee bit. And Marvin Hagler versus Thomas Hearns. I think Raymond was at that.
Really?
Raymond.
Right.
Raymond Sullivan, and he said that he was a wee bit pissed, and I was.
That's a shock.
Shocked. I was shocked.
Yeah, I'm shocked as well.
Yeah. Because he's such a down the line, straight teetotaler guy. But he said it was a good. I think he said it was quite good, but he might have fallen asleep.
Yes.
Yeah. That would have been weird, though.
I would have liked to have been. I mean, I remember my grandfather. I've probably mentioned this on the Zoom after call a few times, but he was a boxer and he ran a boxing club down in the Gorbals for 20 years. Yeah. And he used to say that he went to the greens to watch fights that were getting beamed in.
Right.
And so, yeah, it might have been quite exciting, I think. If Raymond, let us know what it was like, mate. I'm sure Andy's already asked you, but just before I put this off, the lady on the bottom of the picture there with the Apollo, the amazing Apollo merch on, that's my pal Caroline McFarlane, and it's Caroline's birthday today, so happy birthday, Caroline. Thanks very much for your support as always. You're amazing, so we do appreciate
Happy
it.
birthday, Caroline.
Yeah. So there was loads there.
There was loads.
There was the one that again, I look at these things every week, and I hadn't really spotted that this lunatic had played at the Apollo, Max Wall. And if folk don't know him, what was he like? I mean, he was the oddest creature, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And
I think he was a bit blue.
A
blue comic.
Yeah.
They say.
And it's funny because I was just thinking about it today, because comedians are like the new rock, aren't they? Because they fill the arenas and the bands don't anymore, a lot of the bands. Yeah. And I wonder what he would have been like live. I would quite like to have seen him. Because I
remember seeing him on the TV and thinking, that guy's weird. I don't like that.
I'm not sure I like it either, but
he was a bit child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang for me.
He did look a bit like that. But it's like, my mum and dad, when we went on holiday, we used to go to like Scarborough and Rill and places like that. And I remember going to see like Cannon and Ball and Marty Kane and, people like that. And my memories are quite positive of it, actually. I don't remember, but Marty Kane was really good, actually. I remember her being really funny, actually, even for me when I was about 9. I was maybe older than that. I was maybe 11. But yeah, it's interesting because nowadays, I mean, you can't get into a London gig now without a comedian, being on the stage the night before or whatever. So it's amazing how comedy has changed. But the other things that were quite good, Andy, there, the Osmonds. I think we've seen this picture before, but I think it really captures what it must have been like.
Yeah.
No,
I've
it's a
seen this
beauty, isn't it? It's an absolute
one.
beauty, and I love it because there was another thing. I don't know if you saw it in the group tonight. When I was posting the update for tonight, I put one of the. I think it's probably at least one of the top 3 crowd pictures from the Apollo. This one,
Yeah.
and this is the one that Jim Grennan, Colin Anderson, Alan, Steve, Barry, etc. were all in that picture. And it's really interesting to look at the difference between this is a very male Status Quo concert, and this is a very female Osmonds concert.
Yeah. Look at that girl. I think we've mentioned this before, but that girl looks like she's wearing some kind of animal.
Recently
What is
killed.
that she's wearing right at the front there?
Yeah. And I think, is that somebody with a camera there just at the bottom right? You see her? I wonder if that's
it
a
is.
camera. It looks like a camera, isn't it? So there are a few pictures from these gigs, but not as many as you think. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, and I hadn't clocked Maxwell. And the other ones that I mean, obviously we've gone on about Lizzie at length, and I think that 79, that was that when Gary Moore was in the band. I think
Gary Moore was there, yeah.
Aye. I thought he was incredible, and I remember it was quite interesting watching him how he went from rock to blues, wasn't it? And he did a bloody good job of it, and it's such a shame that he went so young. I mean, that was horrendous. And so they were the ones that stuck out to me. And you're right about television. God, there's so many folk into them I don't know how I kind of missed them. Here's an interesting comment, Andy, from Ian. Look at that. Hang on, I'll just take this off the screen. Ian saw the Bee Gees on Who Do You Think They Are, and they have roots in Paisley. The Bee Gees are Scottish. There you go. I wonder if they were like the same as Bon Scott and some other similar ages, weren't they?
No, they're from Liverpool. Well,
They're Liverpool, are they? Right.
I think it's Liverpool, and then they came to Brisbane, and then they went back. They left Brisbane.
How do you know this? How do you know this? This is weird. You know things. This is scary.
How do I know they came from Brisbane? They went to Brisbane. I've seen documentary about them.
Ah, right. Okay.
And it was Brisbane. Yeah, Brisbane.
Oh, somebody will tell us. Believe me, somebody will tell us.
They probably came as £10 poems here.
Aye, that's what I was kind of thinking. And James is saying he likes the song Sarah. Oh, that's a lovely song. It's one of the most beautiful rock ballads I think ever written. But Andy and I are slightly biased. And Facebook user, hello, Aussie band Riot, cult heavy rock, great band. Yeah, they're good. I saw them as well. Really good band.
I think they're Aussie.
I didn't know they were Aussie.
I don't think they are.
Are they not?
American. Manchester. All right. Okay, James. Sorry.
There you go.
James.
That's you sorted. I knew that would happen. Ricky Price saying, my mate and his brothers worked at the Apollo road crew. Aha. In their bedroom, they had full-size signed promo poster of Chris Christopherson and Rita Coolidge. Really? And a full-size cardboard fill in it from the live and that would be good. Get hold of that, mate. Good. Thanks, Ricky. I like the sound of that. And it was Raymond was at that gig. There you go. He's always at Everton. He's just missed. We need a nickname for you. We need a nickname for you, mate. Because I mean, your contribution's amazing.
Him and Derek McAdam being at every gig, I think. Between them, I think they'll be to every gig.
And here's it's Mac. Hi, Mac. How you doing? This is Mac in the States. What's Mac saying? Glenn's big hit was actually called Wichita Lineman. Was it?
Wichita.
There you go.
Did I say lineman at the kit? Oh.
I have some Terry Wogan memory of that. Yeah. Jimmy Webb song, right? Rita Coolidge starred with Chris Robinson as a partner, yes, along with Bob Dylan and James Coburn in the flick, Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid. Aha, right. Okay. Interesting, Mac. Thank you. Yes. What's Sweet Caroline? Buckfast wine. Yeah, fine. Yeah, you're right. And Facebook user Gary Moore.
I was not even there.
I know. Gary Moore, very talented. I like all his stuff, rock and blues. I actually agree with you, Facebook user. I agree. I think I preferred his singing when he was playing blues, because I think his voice suited blues better. That's only a matter of opinion. I'm not sure I'm right, but I remember seeing him at Donington just before he went bluesy, and he was magic. He was really good, really good. John's saying that the Isle of Man for the BG.
The Bee Gees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And,
Stand corrected.
all right, Matt, you've been tilted by about 3 folk. And Barry's saying, evening all, hi, even folks. I only saw Lizzie once at Kirkcaldy Ice Rink. Oh, gosh, wow. That's amazing. I'm very, 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 very jealous of you doing that. So, without further ado, we'll do this bit. Do you know, I'm not sure about this alcohol-free beer.
Go on with it. It's fine. You'll be all right.
Anyway, right, go.
I'm not
Come
going to
on.
tell you. Oh, you're telling me how you are. Right, okay. Right. Where are we this week on the... It's not socials. What is it? What are we doing?
On the socials. On the
On the
socials.
socials. All right.
Members.
Okay, sorry.
Numbers.
Members. All right, members. That's right. Members this week. New members, 44, may well be 444 for all I care. Is any new person is welcome.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't care how many there are. That's what I'm saying. I don't care.
I
any new person is good. Yes. So it's good that people come along. I say this every week. Come along, share their memories, show the tickets. A couple of cracking folk this week showing their tickets.
Yeah.
Some really good ones. We have 9,151 members, and I hope to be able to send all the new members a wee note. Did I say new members? I say that every week. 9,151 members this week. So I'll hopefully be able to send you the new members a wee message, and everyone can say hello to them.
That'd be cool.
I'll give you the boring stats if you really fancy that. It's 59 posts this week. 1,284 comments, although there could be like 2,000 by now. This was last night for me. And 5,195 reactions. Most of them, once again, going to Derek McAdam's picture.
Yes.
It's great. I love it. And we had 5,915 active members this week.
Wow.
Which is very good. And I could give you a top 5 rundown of whatever, if you want to hear the top 5 rundown of people posting.
That'd be nice. It wouldn't be nothing without these people, guys. Come on. Let's hear it.
I'll give it. Coming in at number 5, Jane Porteous. I saw a few of her posts this week.
A few.
Alan Tenney, number 4. I must have missed that because I didn't see any. Maybe he's doing a lot of thumbs up.
Yeah.
Farrell Frank, saw a few of him. William McGachan again with lots of posters and lots of pictures. I noticed this job. Very good. Thanks, William. Cracking job. Saw some pictures of Apollo people in odd places in America on billboards and such. And number 1 with a bullet again, Derek McAdam with 750,000 reactions. No.
It's been a good week, hasn't it? I mean, I think the amount of content this week has been amazing. It's been amazing.
Great. I mean, if that girl comes, that woman, she's a woman now, from the Osmonds gig, comes on with her Kodak 135, I can't remember. Photographs, that'd be fantastic.
It would be good.
That'd be like joining, completing the circle.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So there was a few.
Why was that bouncer not having a word with her?
He was looking at somebody else. He was sort of staring at somebody, wasn't he? So
that's right.
He probably had a cunning plan to make some money, mate. What most of the bouncers were up to in that place. But so there's a couple of other things that I just wanted to mention as usual. One of them was lovely. We've got Fiona McDougall Black. Used to work at the coffee shop.
I saw this.
Do you see it? Yeah. And she got sacked for putting people into the wrong box one night. But she says she's got photographs of her and her friend giving Rod Stewart a bottle of whiskey for selling the venue up. And then the one and only Willie Potts, and if you don't know who William Potts is in the group, William worked at the Apollo and is very well known for working at the Apollo. William had a picture of one. And so if you've never seen this before, I had never seen this before. Maybe I had, but I've forgotten about it. But isn't that cool?
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing. So that was one of the stories that tickled my fancy this week. I thought it was a great story.
What is that? Is that 75?
75% proof, yeah. I mean, it would blow your head off. Absolutely ridiculous stuff.
Strong stuff.
Crazy stuff. And then there was a few, and the some of the pictures. Now this was Derek. There's the pictures of the Apollo. Now, I've seen the one on the left here, mate. I'd seen that loads of times, but the one on the right, I don't think I'd ever seen that before. Well, it's a lovely photograph of the greens rather than, it's obviously looking down the way, isn't it? I think it is, or is it?
Yeah.
I can't quite. Looking down. Aye. But I'd never seen that before, so that's a really cool picture. So thanks very much for sharing that. That's one of the crackers. And there was a couple of others. They're all related to the next band. We're going to play some music before we introduce Ronnie to you. But I think I can see. Hi, Ronnie. I can see you there. Thanks for joining us, Ronnie. We'll bring you on soon, mate. What I'd like to do, Andy and I, it's quite interesting. This is a band that we both like. Andy probably likes them more than I do. But one of the most discussed bands that we've had on this was Van Halen. And why is that picture not going off? Go away. That's it. And this is a 1978 gig that I'm sure loads of you know about, and I'm sure Derek was at it and others. But over at Rescued Recordings. Now, if you're new to this and you've never come across Rescued Recordings before, this is another Facebook group run by Jack McCafferty, Stephen McKinley, and Phil Osborne. And what they do there is they set out on a mission about 8 years ago now to gather as many recordings as they could from the Glasgow Apollo. They've got other recordings as well, but they're mainly focused on the Apollo and Greens. And they do an amazing job, don't they, mate? I mean, they do an absolutely amazing job. And this week, the recordings that they gave were from that Van Halen and Black Sabbath gig in 1978. Now, the recording of the Van Halen track isn't brilliant. So what I've done is I've just chosen a shortish song to let you all hear, folks. But we've had over the years, this was about, I think it was about 12 years ago we first saw these photographs. John Scanlon sent them, but I've looked down the website, and if you can be definitive on it, Andy, but there's a few folk have said that they know who took these photographs. I couldn't see who actually took them. I couldn't actually attribute it to someone. So this is Diamond Dave on stage at the Apollo. What a character. And there's a video, I don't know if you've seen it this week, there's a video of him going onto stage just before lockdown with all his sparkly gear on, and he's walking like a sort of Gallus sort of Glaswegian, that sort of guy. It's really funny. It's really, really funny. So
no, I haven't seen that.
Have you not? I'll send you. It's really good. It's really good. So let's listen to this. This is a little bit of absolutely classic. I'm
looking forward to this because I was asleep when this came out.
Well, yeah.
I was asleep when Yeah.
What was he on?
Well, that was too fast anyway.
That was a bit fast, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But the difference in his voice, to what the state he's in now, it's a long time
Yeah.
ago. But,
Yeah. But
brilliant though, absolutely brilliant.
That needs to be slowed down. That's it's way too fast.
Well, we've got actually. If you hear him speaking, you can hear it's wrong.
Sorry, mate.
When you hear him speaking, you can hear it's wrong, isn't it? It's too fast, way too fast. But anyway, so I'm going to come back to Van Halen, but our guest has arrived. So rather than us sticking to that, because I've actually got some really cool stuff to show you about Van Halen that you might never have seen before, but we'll come back to that because our special guest is here, and we're absolutely delighted to have Ronnie with us. Now, what we'll do is we'll play the song again. Now, you've seen it before, but that was a wee skiddly video that me and Andy did. Ronnie has had this done properly, and we'll get Ronnie to tell us a story about this. But let's just introduce Ronnie first, and then we'll play the video. Good evening, Ronnie.
Hello. How you doing?
How you doing? You are live. Good to see you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, you're fine.
Well,
you're good. You're good.
It's my daughter's laptop. It's my daughter's laptop. But I was going to use my son's a minute ago, but it's a bit last minute, and I'm not too up on it, so that's why I was trying to type back hello a minute ago. I just couldn't work it out.
You're fine. Well, you look good. You look good, and you sound good. You're absolutely fine. So, do you mind if we can we play the video first, and then we'll have a chat about it, Ronnie? How's that? Does that sound all right? Yeah,
that's
quite
a
lot to talk about. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ronnie Costley and his new song called Harmony Row, all about the Greens Playhouse and the Glasgow Apollo, and we love it.
Harmony Row, though it was ages ago, I can't let you go, 'cause I always will remember the milk in the box, the fox on the rocks, the old cotton shops, and I just want to send you love. Every day was a scream, love. We used to live in a dream, love. But such a beautiful scene, you know. If we could turn back time for a day, would we all still feel the same way? Would you be unkind, or would you blow our minds again and again? Harmony Road, we saw most of the shows. It was Davy and Joe and Eldorado Sherry, and we read the sounds as we did the rounds. Hey, the Stones are in town, so get those tickets early, down at the front of the crowd, out where the music was loud. Hey, there's no standing allowed, you know. If we could turn back time for a day, would we all still feel the same way? Would you be unkind, or would you blow our minds again?
Ooh.
I love the end of that, Ronnie. It's brilliant. Absolutely love it.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Cheers, Scott. Thanks.
It's really good. It got into my, I think it did with Andy as well. Like into my head, and I've been around the house. So Ronnie,
Yeah.
where did all this come from then? Where did you get all this? What inspired you to do this?
Well, I'll tell you, my mother was born in Govan, and about a year and a half ago, I was over seeing her, and I was walking by. She's in a kind of care home place, or she was then at that point, and there's a big sign in the wall, Harmony Row, near where she was.
Right.
And excuse me. And I mean, I've always known about the name Harmony Row. It's always been kind of associated with sports and stuff like that from way back, I remember. And I just thought, that would make a good name for a song.
Hmm.
And then, I used to work up in Helen Street as well when I was probably about 16, 17 or something like that. There's a kind of milk factory place up there. There was a milk factory, Scottish Farmers Milk Factory.
Right.
And then somehow writing about the old days of the Apollo came into it as well. So I just kind of used Harmony Row to kind of hang the melody on, really, and just write the song round about that for some reason.
Right.
That just came up kind of as a sort of, I don't know, that was always that was the first kind of melody and the idea of where the song came from. And then after that, I just kind of wrote everything else to do with the to do with the subject, the old concerts and stuff.
Yes,
it's great.
Love it.
It's very good.
So,
thanks.
Yeah. And a few people, I saw one of the comments that said it's kind of Beatley, but somebody else also said it's kind of Kinksy as well, kind of Ray Davies or something.
I thought that as well, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is another nice compliment to get.
It's not bad, is it? It's not bad.
No, it's good.
It's very good. It's a great wee song. Well done.
And thank you.
It's a great wee video too.
Yeah.
How did you do the video?
That was my daughter, Aideen. She's 20, and she's at college now doing video production, but she's been doing video production for a few years, and she's a musician, singer, songwriter herself. So she's always been making her own recordings and her own videos and stuff like that. Brilliant. And she can offer to do the video for it. And
good job.
It took her quite a while. As you can probably tell from looking at the video, there's quite a lot in it, so it took quite a while to do. But no, it was good because I think the song was the recording was good. It was Nicky, my old pal Nicky McEwen, who did the music for it. Now I sent him I wrote the song and sent him a guitar and vocal version of the song. The song was kind of finished, but he took the song. And he played all the instruments on it, and he produced it, and he put that great guitar solo in it as well.
Yeah, it's
good.
Really,
which really is brilliant. And so then I thought it was only fair to have Nicky involved in the songwriting as well, because he did such a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I love that tiny little bit of the Stones track.
Yes, it's very clever. That, yeah, I like that.
Don't tell them they'll be wanting royalties from it, like 3 notes or something.
I know. I actually thought about that. These days, do people, find these things? But well, what actually happened was I sent it to my pal Joe, who's probably watching tonight. I hope he is anyway. in the video, there's Davey and Joe, my pals. I used to go to the gigs.
Yeah.
And Joe would be kind of friendly with Zal Clemenson, from Alex Harvey Band.
Yeah.
And so he sent him the song. Well, that'd be a couple of weeks ago now. And he liked it, So when the video was finished the other day, I sent it to Zal. And I know the launch thing was for tonight, but Zal shared it,
Yeah.
Which to me was brilliant, because when you're just a wee guy going to see these gigs way back, and it's Alex Harvey Band, and then all these years later, you write this song, and one of the guys in that band shares your video about those days. It's just it's great stuff, I love these things,
Well, that's something. That sort of thing is what has made this whole experience for everybody, I think, Ronnie. How we're all connecting now, because you've got that sort of experience. We've had Glenn Matlock from Pistols on here, we've had SLS members, we've had Toya, we've had all sorts of things happening, connecting, and it's the connection that I love. It's just magic. And on that subject, you've started to push it out to the radio stations now, haven't you? You've had some airplay as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I got some play from Ronnie McGee on Pulse Radio there. He played it yesterday morning, the breakfast show, and he played it the week before on the evening show. And I've had a wee bit of interest from BBC Scotland as well. But I've only just started to try and get in touch with people. And it's very difficult because, obviously, it's great to get a play or two on BBC Scotland, which is great. But I find that just during the week when I was looking at how to get in touch with, the stations that you see, I haven't really done this for a while as far as promoting my own stuff. I still write stuff and all that, but I'm over in Ireland and I don't really bother about trying to push it or anything. But, I'd look at the stations like, say, Radio Clyde and those things, And I looked at a few stations, and most of them are owned by a couple of big corporations.
Yeah, it's all gone corporate.
Yeah. And you can't actually get in touch with the station and say, hey, I've got this song, do you fancy hearing it, maybe playing it? Because they're all like these, like one of them is called Global, the other one's called Bauer or something like that.
Yeah.
And you've got to go to send them down to London or something like that, and then they might distribute them among their many radio stations all over the country. Yes. It just doesn't make any sense.
The one good thing, Ronnie, is that Pulse station. We're going to talk about them after you've towards the end of the show, because they're doing something else about the Apollo this week. So hopefully the audience will start to hear this, and we can get it out there. So unfortunately, we're quite short of time, Ronnie. So can you tell folks where they could get a copy of this? I mean, I've got the Bandcamp address on the page here.
Yeah, well, it's now that's why I know you played it, which was great. I was really delighted, and thanks for having me on the show, by the way, as well. I was really delighted.
It's our pleasure.
You played the track there a couple of weeks ago, but that's just when it came in Bandcamp. So I was kind of hanging on with things, and the video only got finished recently as well, which is just coincidental. But hanging on with things until it was available on all the platforms, and it was that at the start of this week. So you can get it anywhere now. If you want to go and like Spotify or these things, you'll find it quite easy to get.
Well, do us a favour, Ronnie, if you get a minute. Our 9,200 members would be delighted to have that on the Facebook group. So if you get a minute, please post it on there. If you don't do it, we'll do it anyway. So, but if you could tell them where they could get hold of it, maybe send a couple of links. I'm sure the guys. I'm sure the guys on here would be very supportive, because it's terrific. And as Bon has just said, as Tommy has just said, get into the X Factor, then world domination, mate.
Well, I mean, well, the only thing I can say to everybody is that is to ask everybody to try and share it, because I think these days that's the way that a lot of people get to hear things, is just by people sharing them, because it's hard to rely on radio stations. I think they tend to play a lot of the big stuff, but and fair play to Ronnie McGee, because on his show, he was playing a lot of new stuff, and it was great to hear that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of sharing it. And the thing about it though is the reason I'm kind of pushing it so much is because I think it's dead cheery. I watch it, it cheers me up all the time, and I think it's a very sort of feel good thing, and we could all do with that stuff at the moment. So you know, that's why I want to get out there as well. You know,
brilliant. Well, thank you we love it. We'll be pushing it. Don't worry. Thanks very, very much for joining us tonight, Ronnie. It's been a pleasure having you on. I'm sorry it's short and sweet, but that's the nature of these things. Would be lovely to see you again sometime. We really wish you well with it, because it's the sort of thing that we just love the fact that you did it. We love it. So thank you, sir. And thanks for joining us. I'm sure everybody will put their comments in the. There you go. There's good feedback from Mac over in the States. Class guy, class production. Can't say anything better than that. So thanks again, Ronnie, and hopefully we'll see you again. Thanks for joining us on the show. Good night. Cheers, Ronnie.
Guys. Good night. Thank you. Cheers.
Good night. Bye.
See you, Ronnie.
Well, that was good, wasn't it?
That was very good.
That's brilliant. I feel quite emotional.
Have you got harmony going around your head?
I feel quite emotional about it. That's quite weird. Well done, Ronnie. I loved that. I loved it.
And he's quite correct. It is sort of, it does have that kinksy feeling about it. Yeah,
it does.
It's very good.
It does. Right, zoom back to Van Halen, mate. Now, I was doing some investigation around this, and I know there's all the debate about Van Halen, Black Sabbath, and who was the band that blew who off the stage. There's a few photographs that this is quite embarrassing, Andy, because we got sent these photographs about years ago, and do you remember seeing these?
I thought you were going to say we're in them.
No, we're not in them. But this is the Apollo stage for the gig.
I don't remember this.
They're in the Facebook group. I went and had a look, and isn't that magic? It gets better. Look at this. Look at this. Look. So they're pushing the drum riser up onto the stage there. Look on the left hand side. Isn't that fantastic?
All right.
So Steve Hall said,
was that too big to come in the side door?
Maybe it must have been. Aye.
No. Yeah, that would have been the wee exit door. Maybe exit door. So this is for the Apollo. This is for the Van Halen gig.
Yeah.
Black Sabbath gig.
Black Sabbath gig. Now get you. Be careful.
Yeah, Black Sabbath gig. Sorry.
Yeah, Black Sabbath
Sorry.
Gig.
Sabbath
And
fans.
You behave yourself now. And so I love these.
Black Sabbath. What are you talking about?
But the other thing that we got said, look at this. Look at this. This is from 1979.
Oh yes, I've seen that one. Yeah.
And there's another picture I've forgotten to add. Hold on, let's see if I've still got it in the. I think I have it here. Hold on, where is it? Yeah.
Everyone was wearing shorts like that in those days.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And here, Stefan's back. Stefan's been a member of this for about 20 years. Stefan, good to see you. Lovely to see you back. And you've got Eddie on the left, Oswald on the right before he obviously ripped that shirt off. But the thing what I liked about that picture was that you got the Radio Clyde thing at the front of the stage. I don't ever remember seeing that.
Is it Radio Clyde?
Look, it could be. I'm sure somebody will tell me if I'm wrong. It might be.
Or is it sounds?
It could be sounds.
Yeah.
Go on, somebody will tell. Derek, you can tell. Somebody will know. So, but these are brilliant, though, aren't they? I really like these. That's brilliant.
That's a brilliant shot of Van Halen there.
Yeah, as he's doing his.
And Ozzy.
Yeah. I'm going to play Ozzy at the end, and it's quite interesting to hear his how his voice has changed. I wonder why. Yeah. So now we don't have a video this week because we had Ronnie on. So, but just to remind everybody that we do honestly believe that there's something quite special about this place, and we should be recording it. Oh, I tell you, I'm getting off this alcohol-free stuff. Anyway, it's better for me. It's better for me. But anyway, so the point of this, if you're new to the group, thanks very much for joining in. What we're trying to do with this, as Tommy said, Bon Scott, who's in the chat, said a few weeks ago, this stuff is culturally important, and we genuinely believe that. And a bit like Ronnie's piece of music, we can capture these moments, because if we don't They're going to be forgotten. And it was really interesting. I'll tell you about something else that happened to me a couple of weeks ago, and to some of us a couple of weeks ago about this, that kind of proved the point. But what we'd like you to do, if you went to the Apollo or the Greens Playhouse, and you've got a mobile phone, look into it for 15 seconds, and record your favourite memory of being at the gigs, because these memories are so important. I was looking back at the newsletters we did, and 17 years ago. And I mean, I'd forgotten nearly all the stories that you guys had told us. I know some of them are in the book, but nevertheless, we want to record these, and we want to record you. So please send us your videos. But I've warned you before, I'm coming to Glasgow soon, and I'm going to be walking around Glasgow with my iPhone and a tripod and a microphone, and I'm going to stop you in the street, because I'll be able to spot you, because you'll be wearing our T-shirts, and I'm going to get you to do interviews live in the whole street, right? I want these videos.
He's got to set up camp outside Lauders. outside Lauders, because then you can. I don't know what you do. It'd be a horrible.
Well, I'll take my guitar. I'll start singing. I'll tell Mac. I'll do Freebird on repeat, because it's probably the only song I can play and sing. So I'm warning you. So there's some debate on here about whether it was Sounds or Radio Clyde. So let's not have an argument. Let's just. Oh God, Andy, we could set something going here. We could set something going. So
right. I'm gonna have to ban people.
It wouldn't be the first thing, would it?
Yeah. A Facebook report. Someone called someone a bampot.
Hey, I've not heard that for years. I love it.
Weasel.
So just before we play out with Ozzy and the guys from Sabbath, there's another piece of news that I just wanted to share with you that Andy and I helped with, and I know a few of you did as well, which is really good. This is the name of the show. On Sunday at 12 o'clock, various radio stations are going to be broadcasting a show about the Apollo called If Walls Could Talk. They've got Bruce Watson on it from Big Country, Andy. I don't know if you saw that in the blurb, but which is great. Yeah, which is nice. Now, it plays across what I was saying to Ronnie about the various channels. It plays across multiple channels. And if you see at the bottom of the list here, the planetradio.co.uk link, if you go there, there's shows about the Playhouse in Edinburgh, King Tut's, what's the other ones I've forgotten, but there's a few of them, places that we've all been to. So it's well worth listening to. It's very well produced, but it's our turn on Sunday. So if you get a chance, tune in on Sunday to one of these channels. I'll put this particular slide onto the Facebook group, guys, so you can have a look yourself. But quite excited about it, and I'm actually really excited to hear your voices. I know at least 5 or 6 of you got involved, so that's going to be fantastic and quite exciting. And we're going to capture it, obviously, and we'll stick it onto the web as well. So if you don't hear it, you'll be able to catch up with that. So that would be great. So the last piece of music for the night. This is another one of the brilliant rescued recordings by Jack, and thanks again, Jack, for this. And this is the one and only Sabbath. Now, this is the famous gig, as I said earlier, that Van Halen played the first UK tour with Sabbath that year. And rumour has it that they got smashed off the stage by Van Halen. I'm not so sure. But anyway, this is Sabbath. And Andy, you'll be glad to hear I've gone for a classic rather than an obscure one, because there was some obscure ones, but I've not gone for an obscure one. Here's Ozzy and the boys. My son can play this, Andy. Yes.
Yes.
There was some love and there was some hate, as you'd expect for Sabbath. But
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, I think the drumming's amazing. He batters hell
Yeah.
out of those drums. Unbelievable. Bill Ward, absolutely brilliant. So, anyway, folks, if you don't like Sabbath, I hope you enjoyed it. I hear it. Who said it? Yeah, Bond's saying, give me Ronnie James Dio anytime. I actually agree. I prefer Ozzy's solo stuff to the Sabbath stuff, but I know there's like folk in here that will cut my head off for that. So,
No Dio without. There's no Dio in Sabbath without Ozzy in Sabbath.
Yeah. Both good bands.
Yeah.
Both good bands.
Yeah.
So that's it for this week, guys. We're well over again. It's around 5 minutes. So it just leaves me to say, if you fancy coming on after the show, the announcement was at the top of the group earlier on. Please come join us for a drink and a chat. I've got 3 cans of alcohol-free beer left. Andy's got little bottles of it, haven't you? Which is quite impressive. That's Andy's breakfast this week. As always, this show could not happen without you guys, so we are very, very grateful for that. Remember, on Sunday, that if you tune in to listen to the show, If Walls Could Talk, across those various radio stations, there's so many of them, especially what Ronnie was talking about earlier. Let us know what you think. We'll see if we can get Andy to do some wizardry and record it so we can stick it on the Facebook group. There's a job for you, mate. Sunday, 12 o'clock. And that's easy for you because that's what, midnight, 11 o'clock. It's not too bad. Not too bad. So
What time is it on?
12 o'clock UK time on Sunday. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
So thanks very much for tuning in. My name is Scott MacArthur.
My name's Andy Muir.
And we'll see you next week, if not at the Zoom after show. Thanks again, folks. See you next week.
Thanks
Good night.
Thanks for watching.